Hi everyone, welcome to Mash Math. Today we are going to study from class 10th chapter 2 polynomials. It's an introduction for exercise 2.2. It's very important if you want to solve exercise 2.2, this introduction you have to understand. So try to understand. Today we are going to study the relationship between zeros and coefficients of polynomial. So what is the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial? So that's what we are going to study. Already I have taught you in 9th standard what are called zeros of the polynomial and what is coefficient. So you can go through 9th standard videos of polynomial chapter where these are explained in details. So now let's see first for the linear polynomial. So now linear polynomial, for example, we have taken a general formula, that is ax plus b. So if this is a linear polynomial, then see x can be any variable. Okay, so that is why we have taken p of k is equal to ak plus b, because a and b, they are constants, they are numbers there, and then k is any variable. It can be x or it can be y, it can be z, anything it can be. That is why it's written as ak plus b equal to 0. So now ak we keep it here and b goes that side, it will become minus b. Then k we keep it as it is. When a goes this side, it will become minus b upon a. Okay, so now this is the the general formula to find out the zero of the polynomial. So the zero of p of x is ax plus b is minus b upon a. Okay, so now you have learned that zeros of the polynomial, how to find the, for the linear polynomial, how to find the zero of the polynomial. So normally what we do, normally you do like this, 2x plus 4 equal to 0, and then 2x we keep one side, then 4 comes this side as minus 4, and x you keep like this, and then 2 comes this side, so minus 4 upon 2. So when you divide this, you will get minus 2. So that's how you find out the zero of the polynomial, linear polynomial, right? Now here you don't need to do all this procedure. Directly use this formula, that is minus b upon a. Minus b is what? Constant term, and a is coefficient of x. If you see, b is what? Constant term. B is a constant term because b will be number, and then a is the coefficient of x it is. So any number with the variable we say coefficient. So it's a coefficient of the x. So if you say here, so b is this, a is 2 and b is what? 4 here. So directly you can use the formula here to find out the zero of this polynomial. So zero of the polynomial directly how to use? This is the formula we have to use, that is minus b upon a. So minus b is what actually? Minus b is what? 4 it is. A is what? A is 2. So then when you get, you will get minus 2. So same answer here also. So you don't need to do this procedure. Directly use this formula for the linear polynomial to find the zero of the polynomial. I hope you understood this part of it. So same way, let's go for the quadratic polynomial. Now quadratic polynomial, you know it is a highest degree is 2. So now this is, for example, I have taken one quadratic polynomial. So when we factorize, this factorization also I have taught you in 9th standard chapter polynomial factorization. So please learn from there detail how to do the factorization. So we do the factorization and then we get the factors x3, another factor x equal to 1, because this is quadratic polynomial. So normally we will get 2 factors, right? This can be written like this also. See, common we have taken here. So x minus 3 and there's 2 is 2x minus 2. So this 2 we can either do like this, 2x equal to this minus 2 will become plus 2, then x value we get it 2 upon 2, then x equal to 1, this value. Like this also we can do it, or this 2 you can remove common and then you can write down this x minus 3 as it is. Then when 2 you remove common, you will get x minus 1 you will get. So this is also factors, or we get it separately like this, x This way also you can solve and get the x equal to 1. Here also otherwise also you get x minus 1, the factor you get x minus 1. When equal to you write, it will become plus 1. When 1 comes inside, it will become minus 1. So either you write this way or you can get it this factors of this. So finally quadratic polynomial we get 2 factors. Now the same thing if you consider this x as alpha. For example, this we consider as alpha. Okay, this is alpha, and then here this is beta. Okay, 1 is beta because 2 factors we got. So consider one factor as a alpha and another factor as beta. Now this also we say it is a 0 of this polynomial, because if we put the value of a 3 or value of 1 in the place of x, the polynomial answer will be 0. We have studied this also in class 9. If this is the factors of this polynomial, then the answer will be zeros. So if the answer gets 0, then we call these are the zeros of this polynomial, because when you put this value in this polynomial, answer will become 0. So we call it also, this is as a zeros of this polynomial we call it, or else we say these are the factors of this polynomial, because if this is the factor, then sure to get the 0. So this is the 0 of this polynomial, then this will be the factors. This all also I have explained in 9th standard. Now don't get confused. Now coming to the point, quadratic polynomial means 2 factors we are getting. So that we consider 3 as alpha and this 1 as a beta. Okay, so now this polynomial I have written in a general form, ax square plus bx plus c. So a is 2, b is 8 and c is c, and x square x we have written as it is. So this is a general formula. So if the p of x, this is a quadratic polynomial, equal to, this is the factor I have written. If we are considering number can be anything, so I have written as a k is the constant, and 1 and 3 we consider as alpha and beta. Anyone you can consider alpha and beta. So if that is what, then we write as it is now this. Okay, if for this polynomial, general formula I have written, which is equal to the factors we will be getting. 2 factors we are getting for the quadratic polynomial. So that I have written as a 2 factors, x minus alpha and x minus beta. Okay, so these 2 factors is of this quadratic polynomial. So when these 2 factors, this is also you see it is in the form of the identity x plus a x plus b. So expansion form is x square in bracket a plus b x plus ab. So in this expansion form this can be written, or you can multiply and write. Actually we don't need the derivation of this formula, we need to only understand the formula. So now in the expansion form I have written here, so you get it like this. Now with this k you multiply all this. So when you are multiplying all this, you will get kx square minus k alpha plus beta x plus k into alpha beta. With k we multiply all this, then finally we get this. So now when these two, when we compare this both the side, when we compare, you see the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is a and here is k. So a is equal to k. So same way here you see coefficient of x is here b and here is minus k into alpha plus beta. So that is what written here, b is equal to, so b is equal to minus k in bracket alpha plus beta, because here also x is there. So coefficient of x is b and here coefficient of x is this. So b is equal to this we have written. Then c is equal to, c is constant term, so c is equal to, here it is k alpha into beta. So all a, b, c, when we compare, we get it these values. So when we get this value, a is equal to k remains. Now if you write b equal to minus k in the bracket alpha plus beta, then we keep alpha plus beta one side, the sum of this. We call it zeros, right? Alpha and beta is a 0 of this polynomial we said. So keep in mind alpha and beta is zeros. Okay, so sum of the zeros. So alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros equal to, when we bring the k this side, we get minus b upon k. Now k is what actually? K is equal to a. So that's why it is written sum of the zeros equal to minus b upon a, because k is equal to a. So we have written a here. So this is the formula, one formula for the sum of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Another, here we said C equal to K into alpha into beta. So alpha into beta we keep one side, rest other thing when we bring here C upon K we will get. And then K is equal to A it is. So instead of K we will write A here. So now this is the product of the 0 equal to C upon A. So now what it is actually? It is actually, so sum of the zeros is equal to sum of the zeros, this is we call zeros of the polynomial alpha and beta. So sum of the zeros is equal to minus b upon a. So minus b is what actually? Coefficient of x. This is minus b is what? Coefficient of x it is. And then a is what? Coefficient of x square. A is coefficient of x square. So same way, product of zeros, that is alpha into beta, is equal to c upon a. C upon a. C is what? C is a constant term. C is a constant term. It can be any number. Then a is, we said, coefficient of x square. A is coefficient of x square. Now this is the relation. So you'll be wondering now what is this relation. I'll explain to you with the example. For we have seen here, I have just written down this alpha and the sum of 0 equal to minus b upon a, and then product of 0 is c upon a. So the same thing I have written here, the sum of 0 and the product of 0. Now let's see what is the relationship. Now all the values of a, b, c I have written here. We saw here now, we had factorized this. So this is a, this is b, and this is c. So that's what I have written here, a, b, c. And also we said this is the zeros of this polynomial, that is 3 and 1 we found out. So that's what I have written. Anyone you can consider, alpha as 1, beta as 3, or alpha as 3 or beta as 1, anyone. So these are the zeros of the polynomial, we got it here. These are the zeros of this polynomial. Now we are going to see the relationship using this formula. So using this formula, if you want to get the sum of the zeros, minus b is what? So this minus we write as it is, and then minus we write as it is b value. B value is what? Minus 8. B value is minus 8. So then a value is 2. So what we will be getting, minus get cancelled, then you will get it 4. So sum of 0 is 4. Now can you see here? This is the zeros of the polynomial. So sum of 0 is 4 here. So sum of 0, if you see, 1 plus 3 will be 4 only. So that is a relationship we have. Sum of 0 will be equal to minus b upon a. So same way if you will see, product of zeros. Product of zeros are c upon a. C is what? C is 6. A is what? A is 2. So then you will get 3. So then product of the 0, you see, 1 into 3 you will get 3 only. So this is a relationship we are studying. This is the relationship we are studying between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. See, the title is, that is what? The relationship between zeros and coefficient of polynomial. So next time for the quadratic polynomial, you have to remember this formula. That is alpha plus sum of the 0 equal to minus b upon a, and product of 0 is equal to c upon a. So this formula you have to remember. You don't need all these derivations you don't need. So same way for the cubic polynomial also. Cubic polynomial, we have cubic it is. Cubic means there will be a highest degree is 3. Therefore alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of the polynomial. Then you can see here that cubic is highest degree is 3, so we must have 3 zeros, and these are the a is the coefficient of x cube, b is the coefficient of x square, c is the coefficient of x, and d is the constant term here. Here normally we write like this. When we write polynomials, we write where a is not equal to 0, because if a is 0, then a 0 into x cube, it will become 0, then it is no more cubic polynomial. So that's why whenever we write polynomial, we say where a is not equal to 0, we mention that. So you don't worry about it. So what you have to remember is, for cubic polynomial there will be 3 zeros. So formula you have to remember this 3 zeros. So sum of all 3 zeros will be equal to minus b upon a, you have to remember. Then again alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha. So all 3 sum of zeros also you will get 3c upon a you have to remember, and then product of all three zeros will be minus d upon a. So this you remember like this. The first one will be, first you will write, for all this first you will write minus b upon a, then for second time you will write c upon a, and for third time it is minus d upon a. So that way you can remember this formula. So what is important in this is you have to remember the formula. For the linear polynomial you have to remember minus b upon a to get the zero of the polynomial. Then for the quadratic you have to remember, for the quadratic polynomial you have to remember this formula. Sum of 0 is equal to minus b upon a, and product of zeros are equal to c upon a. And then for cubic polynomial you have to remember this formula. So formula is very important, not the derivation. So I hope I have made it clear to you. Thank you and God bless you.